Hello, everyone. This is Tatiana with you. Happy Monday. And as you know, we have a podcast today scheduled again with amazing Andreas Wecker. And he is an Olympic champion and innovator of Andreas seed oils, and I'm just super excited that we can bring you this episode so you can learn more and you can get in tune with yourself and how to help yourself and where to go. Before I'm gonna start the Empowerment Zone podcast, I have few updates and few announcements that I wanted to make. First of all, happy Thanksgiving, and this is first day of the winter, first day of the December, and we're only 31 days, well now 30 days away from a new year. I hope that you were successful this year, and I hope that all of your hard work is showing and you are openly and ready to celebrate your achievements throughout the year. My background is a little bit different. I was planning to be somewhere else, and and that somewhere else is a little bit too loud, so that's why I'm doing my podcast from my car, but who cares. The most important is that the information that we're going to bring to you. For the announcements that I wanted to make, I have prepared two incredible giveaways. They are just like that. Look at that beautiful. Okay, so these boxes, I have two of them. These boxes are gonna go to Just Like Fine Wine, all of the members, and we're gonna come up with a challenge how you can win a golden ticket to come to the Empowerment Zone Red Annual Gala night. This is our second gala, and I'm so excited that Tatiana Gutsa Foundation are able to bring this to you, and not just bring this to you, but actually doing it, and that you are part of this movement, the motivational and inspirational movement. And I wanted to have that in the beginning of the year. And I wanted to have that in the beginning of the year because in the beginning of the year, it's all your dreams are coming true and all your new goals are just about to for you to have that achievement. So I wanted to bring the Empowerment Zone Red Annual Gala Night for you, and you can win those two golden tickets. Also, I have an announcement that in the Tatiana magazine, you can feature your business. You can feature your business, or you can be our vendor, or you can be our sponsor. We do have a couple of spots for you available. This is how it's gonna look from the inside, and if you're coming for the gala, then all of you will receive this magazine with our previous honorary guest speakers, and for the upcoming honorary guest speakers, you can talk to them, you can ask them any question, and besides that, you can have their autographs as well. Andreas, thank you so much for having this absolutely amazing Monday. Happy
Yeah,
Monday to you. Thank you so much
you
for
too.
extending our podcast
Oh yeah,
and bringing such value to it.
yeah,
Because you know, like I said, you have to be ready to show up for yourself. You have to be ready.
absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know, no matter how many tools we can provide to the people, people need to be ready to make a difference in their life, not in
exactly.
somebody else's life. If they're ready to commit to the one and only to themselves,
Yeah.
then that's where it starts. That's where it starts. And again, thank you so much for being
Yes.
with us today at the Empowerment Zone. podcast, and what a value you bring to my podcast, because with everything that we have done so much so far, so much information being uploaded to all of the people, not only in the United States but everywhere in the world, and they can literally find you in the click of the button. How cool
That's
is
how
this?
easy it is today, right?
Yes,
I know.
yes, yes. Well, thank you so much and
Yeah.
welcome. And guys, this is another episode from Nourish to Flourish. Why I think it's important to have this topic, Nourish to Flourish, is simply because I can just take you a little back of last year. That I faced something in my health, and I couldn't. I just simply went sleep, and overnight on the next morning I couldn't walk. I couldn't. I couldn't function. I couldn't run. I couldn't even get up from the bed to wash my face and brush my teeth because I was in such pain. And that was a realization to me that I have to start with me first. I
Yes.
have to cure me first. I have to show up for me first. And I start reaching out to so many people to get better, to unload the heaviness of what I had from previous years, and all the way, like, I mean, I was digging all the way back into my childhood, into my youth, into my teenage years, into my young adulthood, into my 20s, into my 30s, trying to unblock things that was no that had absolutely no service for me any longer. So with that, this was just a miracle to meeting Andreas this season when he was inducted into the International Gymnastics Hall of Fame. And me and my family, we traveled and we met, and we meet this wonderful person. Not only that we meet this wonderful person, a legend, a sport legend, but he's also an innovator of Andreas seed oils. Andreas, welcome. Please, welcome to the Nourish to Flourish episode.
Yeah. Thank you to be with you again. It's an awesome day. We have sunshine here. You're sitting in a car. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited for this last month because we see already a lot of change coming in a lot of people. And like you said, sometimes we want to help other people, but we have to help us first. And my situation was the same way. I had I was sick with Crohn's disease, and then when I woke up and I started with my oils, not at this point, I got it from somebody else, but that was the whole starting point for me to think about a different way how to nourish and flourish your body and get back to health, right? So a lot of people are sitting and they don't know what to do. So most of the time is when you go to doctors, they go by like they're following like a protocol, right? So they
They're
check
not
certain.
going into the root.
Yeah,
What's
root is
causing
never
that?
rather the root is not important for them because the insurance is most of the time is telling them what to do in certain situations. So when you take like 50 years ago, there was like a little bit over 50 diseases, and now we have 300 something. I mean, this shows you right there something is wrong. We still have the same diseases, so there's no change, but they give
Different words.
different names, and so they have different pharmaceutical help or not help.
Well, in some cases, I mean, we're not trying to bash completely the pharma,
No,
because in
no,
some cases they do
yeah,
help, but
absolutely.
mainly I think what we need to do, again, it's from my point of view, and I'm not recommending anything, but in my point of view, I think that we need to start from ourselves,
Yeah,
from ourselves on how we feeling, or what kind of symptoms we have, in order to address them
yeah,
and to fix them. Because uh because I think simply it comes from somewhere else. It may come, not it may, it comes from trauma. It comes from injuries that was
food.
not completely cured.
Yeah,
It comes from
food, food,
people who is
bad
bullying
food.
other
Yes,
people
yeah,
because you're hurting the feelings, and instead of standing up for yourself and saying, hey, that's not cool, you're
right.
like, you're suppressing you're suppressing the emotional and physical feelings. And then there are bursts, but there are bursts
Yeah,
in the physical form, which is they start hurting
yeah.
you
Everything
from
starts here.
inside.
Everything
Right.
starts in the brain, and then it goes to the organs. There is a doctor, I think from Norwegian, and he figured this out. So he can literally prove it by making an MRT from the head, from
Mm-hmm.
the brain in certain areas, and then he can tell exactly what you have and where it started. So it's like super interesting, but most of the time, because I see it always, we are like 90% liquid, right? Each person. So, and the liquid has a message. So we are full of informations. We're full of frequencies. So if we put the wrong stuff in us, is it by the brain, by thinking, by thoughts, by giving ourselves the bad words or the good words, right?
I
So it's a
think you're
very
talk I think you're talking a little bit about, I was like literally like I think it's a professor or Dr. Makimoto, when he
that's the water
froze
guy. Yes, yes,
the water,
yeah,
and like every individual pictures that he
yeah.
made. And
When he
he
speaks
was
to the water, it's freezing. It speaks to the water, and then it makes like microscopic photographs. I
right,
know.
which is to one of the water. He was speaking all of the positive, and he was encouraging, and he was nourishing. And
Yeah,
then another pictures of that same water, but
but
he was ignoring, and he wasn't like talking, or he was talking
yeah,
back
curses, curses to or
right,
blessings. So that's the two
the
things we have, right?
energy, right, right,
Exactly.
right,
So, but you
right,
see, it's by frequencies. So our words are important because they transport frequencies. So before we drink a water,
into our
and we
liquid.
might talking bad, and we might talking bad, you get a different perspective as soon as you drink the water, because all this information you just spoke, for example, right, to curse somebody or whatever, it comes to you. So
Hmm.
that's the tricky part. But it's also, I think it's learnable. Definitely, you can change. But many people have this in their heart, So it's also what you let in, what you allow personally to what can attack you. What it's like in the past, what you was going through in my life too.
The boundary.
Socialism, you too. Socialism is not, it's not the easy way, right? And for me, it was always like I was on a certain point. Uh, I would say they started or they tried to break your will on an early age. I'm talking to the pro, huh? So, no, what I mean is like, and if you break the will, you have control. So, and this is, I think, the most important thing, that you are in control. You have to be in control. And to get this
Right,
back, you have to understand you are responsible for yourself, nobody else.
right. But in the very young age, when that particular part install
Yes,
in
I
you,
know.
it's taken a lot of
It's a blockage.
years.
It's a
Right. It
blockage.
takes
Yeah.
uh it takes a lot of years to uninstall that.
Yes. And some
Um,
people cannot do it. Some people even cannot do it. So they never have the chance to change their perspectives and to change their lives
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because they're living in the past.
Right. So what would be your recommendation, like, for, let's say, instead of, like, what I'm going to ask you, like, not three steps, but what would be from your perspective and your recommendation, because you had that background, and
Right.
some other people from different countries do have too, and they're simply were in that particular part is installed from the very young age, starting as of from a parent
Yeah.
into the young stages or early stages of schools.
Yes.
So what would be your, like, the one go-to recommendation how to break that barriers?
I think the understanding that has to start here. So I
It
was
must.
I was understanding the past you cannot change, right? It's done. So in order to create your future, you have to live in the right now, in the present. So, and you can only by living in the present the right way. So you choose which way you want to go. And this is also then organizing automatically in the spirit, in the frequencies you produce, where you're going, where you're hitting
Hmm.
the future. This is how you create future. You don't create future by sitting at home and waiting for somebody. You know what I
If
mean?
you're willing.
But you have to
Keyword, if you're willing.
exactly. So the impulse comes from yourself.
Yes.
So you want to move something, you have to move yourself first, right? So, and I learned this also the hard way. I was then, when I was so sick, I was not able to do anything, and I was also had no money, nothing. I was trying to, and then I started to think about a couple things in a different way, and I was understanding that a system which is broken cannot help you, right? So, like, I
So
think,
then we need to unite together as people and trying to find the sources into what is resonating with us and what is
yeah,
resonating with our frequency, because everything
exactly.
is somewhat some somewhat under control.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
this is what they say. Um, Insanity and genius is like on a very little. So you go this path, you're genius. On the other path, you're insane. You know what I
And it
mean?
has fine line.
Very fine line. So, but you don't need to be a genius to understand what is going on, and you want to be a part of something nice, or you want to be a part of everything else. So, if I'm not a follower of a system, I create my own system by bringing my own what I want, my
Light
wishes,
to
my
it.
wishes, my dreams, my intuition, my everything what I have in my brain created over those past since I'm alive.
Hmm.
I have memories, of course, but I can create new memories, right? So, and this has happened right now and not in the future, or maybe some changes coming. Maybe no. You
It's the
have
power of the brain, and it's the power of the energy, right?
It's in you. It's in you. You just have to, I call it resurrect this energy and bring it into your life. Bring it in. If you're waiting for somebody, like for a bus and the bus is not coming, you go nowhere, right? So I think that was my impulse after I got so sick.
I have another question. What is really truly means to you nourish to flourish? How does it resonate with you? And how can you like, how can you explain to us what, like, how does that resonates with you?
Very simple. If you lay 7 weeks in the hospital, literally on the path to die, and no future, and the doctors doesn't give you anything, and your life hangs literally on a line, on a small thin line. You learn to nourish yourself with little things like nature. I was a lot outside at this time. I was just going outside. sitting on a bench and just watching the birds, watching the whole nature, to get a different view. To you can take drugs, you can take alcohol, you can take whatever you think
Just to
it's helping you,
suppress. Mm-hmm.
but it's not the way to find out of this. You pull yourself even deeper in things you don't want to be, because who don't want to be healthy, right? Who don't want to be like how you call it, successful in what he's doing,
That's the
right?
only gift was given to us by God, by
Exactly.
the
So
by God, by the universe, and by our parents,
we
is
are little
our health.
creators, right? We are little
Yes.
creators, and I think this is what I was learning by thinking a lot of things through from the past and put things together. And you don't need to be a genius to understand simple principles, because the whole universe is running on principles, right? So effects, and then the how you call it, you bring something in and it has resonance back to you in a good or bad way. It depends on how you act. If you bring a bad effect or bad action, you have a bad effect on it, right? So
Hmm.
that's a normal thing. Some people call it karma, I call it judgment, right?
I didn't hear that yet. Yeah,
And it can happen
I heard
instantly,
that. Yeah, I heard that like if
right?
something is happening to you or you're in the bad place or whatever, you had to work through your karmic. I don't know, like
Yeah,
karmic.
but I think to understand, I don't want to discuss this so much, but I think karma is, it's a nice word in a normal way to say karma is coming back, but karma is also most of the time used to when you do it by intention. So
Ah,
that means,
yes,
you know what I mean? So if I
yes.
do something good now, then I get something good back. Or you want something. No, no, no. It's your heart. If your heart is wrong and you're trying something, you cannot trick the universe or God. You cannot trick, right? So I think
Cut
it,
the
it
corners.
it has to come from the heart, and I think
Mhm.
that's the most important thing. And my whole business, the whole team we have right now, or I have, this is what I always was looking for, and that's why also everything we're doing is a blessed thing. So I don't have to bless or speak something like a spell or whatever it is, right, over things. You see sometimes products that says um, it's made with love, right? So yeah, it's love in your heart, So, and I
That
think,
you have to project to
yeah,
others to get the love contagious feelings, yes, in
exactly.
order to, yes, you have to be, it's like you have to be in the right group, which is when you are getting, I think, like when you are getting to that place that you finally have that peace in your heart, in yourself,
Yes, yes, and then you attract,
in the peace of mind.
exactly.
It's like universe almost like guiding you to be connected with those people, because
Yeah,
that's what
because the
your
law,
energy is
yeah,
resonating with, with a powerful and positive energy,
right,
because you wanted
right,
to be with those people because they have
yeah.
something to share, because they have knowledge and they can share that knowledge. This is
And they
just
don't want money for, you know what I mean? So it's like a sharing is caring.
yeah.
It's a normal thing for me, right? So I'm a very sharing guy, and I'm not holding anything back. I'm not, lying my way through life, what a lot of people doing. And I don't know if you saw, but a couple of companies, they just doubled their price and said, "Oh, we have 50% off," and keep the price they always had. It's kind of super weird. I would never do this,
What do you
right?
mean?
So
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 they,
prices. So for example, you buy from a company, it
yeah.
has, for example, $59, right?
Hmm.
So and then they increase it, make it double, right? 119.50 or
So
whatever
it's,
it was. And then saying half price off, so they cut off the 119 and give you still
but
the
it still
59.
remains,
Exactly.
but it still remains the same price.
Yeah, so I
Um.
was very shocked about the companies, because I get also emails from companies I'm working with.
Mhm.
Oh, so and where I'm buying sometimes stuff from, and it's very um, so there's two options. They just for the money, or they suffering. So there's, those two options,
that they're
right?
not actually making that sale price,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
the customers are actually feeling they're welcome, because
Yeah.
they still have the same price, but
Yes,
they're putting
100%.
on top, so it's a
Yes.
50% off or 30% off. It still
Yeah,
go back to the original price, what they were selling in the beginning of the year or in the middle of the year, and just
exactly. So, and a couple people don't know.
using
They think,
tactics
yeah,
for the Thanksgiving
yeah,
sale, but remain the same price. Well,
they will
that's
probably.
cheating.
But this is things, when you business, when you have a business, you have to think about things, right? So,
Yeah,
and you have costs, you have to calculate, so you have to do. Of course, there's sometimes you make wrong decisions. You're working with the wrong people. You have, but then when you wake up, when you see all this, and that's what I did the whole year. This year, we got rid of, I call it the parasites. So, and no, it's when
priceless.
someone is not
Yes,
doing what it claims and what it looks like, and you pay a lot of money, but you don't have this in return, then you
mm-hmm.
have to make a decision on a certain point. Otherwise, you lose your business,
Right.
right? So, and I figured it finally out. So, and it was good. It was a
Congratulations on
good
that. That's
cleansing.
huge.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a good cleansing, I must say, and we're now picking up good sales, and we give our best all the time, right? And I'm honestly 100% sure that there's no competition in the way what I'm doing. Nobody
Um,
is.
I
So
I think it's very important not to self-doubt yourself, because
no.
you strongly believe in your product, because not just because you made that product, because it's a 100% proof,
Yeah,
and because you're the walking proof of that is working, because from being uh, one step meeting with death to I'm not saying 100% probably curing yourself, but you're walking again, you are talking again, you're breathing. So that is already three important reasons that your products are solid proof
oh, yeah,
100%.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just I think people need better guidance, because like I guess I'm gonna speak on I did order a few products, right, and on the products it doesn't have that guideline how to use it. It just say one
shake
in
it
the
well.
morning, one in the morning, one at night, but there is no what's the time frame.
No, it's
If
it's
I
on
take
it's on the
two, like,
website. It's on the website, so we cannot put as much on the bottles, right?
right,
There's
right.
that. Otherwise, it gets so small you cannot
Oh
read it.
no, no, I'm not talking about your products. I'm talking about
Okay.
the
Yeah.
products that I bought from
Yeah. Yeah.
different companies,
Yeah.
whatever products that I was using, beauty products or supplements or
Right.
whatever, and sometimes those products does not even have a website. So what
Right.
I'm saying is that you are the walking proof. And the talking proof that the Andre seed oils is working. And
Yes.
guys, if you wanted to purchase, go to andreasseedoils.com, and you can see many deals right now, and you can buy for yourself, you can buy for your friends, and you can buy for your relatives. The coolest thing what I saw in the package that you sent it to us for the Bloom into Power, I
Yeah.
saw oil for pets.
Yes. Yes.
That's
We have
incredible.
CBD. Yeah.
I personally do not have pets, only because I'm allergic to
Yeah.
the fur and to whatever, and I don't want to put myself into a position that I have to get like shots to not to be allergic to. I just don't want to do that. But I did see that oil, and tell us the benefits for the pets, what it will do for the pets. And by the way, everyone who's listening right now, uh, get to the Andreas website, get to that pet oil, and you can give a Christmas present for your little pet.
Exactly.
So your little pet, your little friend is taking the nutrients and whatever it is. It's just for the maintaining the health of your pet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we have.
tell us about that oil for the pets. I saw that. I was like, wait, what's happening? And I was like, I lit up,
Yeah.
because the how the bottle was designed. It's a beautiful design, and I believe it was a orange label with
Yeah.
gold
Yeah.
with golden letters. Beautiful.
Yes.
Tell us
Yes.
about this
So this
information.
is this is in specific our CBD for pets,
Mm-hmm,
which has 500 milligram, which is amazing. So all the dog owners or cat owners we dealing with so far, we get incredible reviews because a lot of um, I would say like dogs, cats, etc. They have also anxiety, depression. They have all this stuff. They have pain in their body. So, but they cannot say anything in the way we can, right? So, and we developed this. I would say simple. I had dogs. I had horses, and they loved all this stuff. So one of the big horse. I had a Hanoverian, 17.3 hands, tall, huge.
wow.
A little bit older was a dressage horse,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
we bought it. And this guy got nuts when we brought out the press kick just from the pressing, and he was all the way in, right in the bucket, and he took it. And so we started to give them also with their meals some oils, coriander, CBD, the 5 seed plant, and also pumpkin, because
Mm-hmm.
for digestion. So for example, my horses, normally you have to deworm them like once or twice a year, right? Because they're always on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And since we gave them the oils and the press cake, they never had any worms. So we never had to give them any dewormers or
Okay,
any
so
other.
we're not, yeah, so we're not telling people to use that for their own usage. Yes, no, that's for pets only.
No, no,
Just
no.
like,
It's the same comes. So we have a bundle also, which comes partially out of my oils too. So it's a combination. So, but the pet oil for the CBD is literally the same what we produce for the 500, what we produce for ourselves. But
mm-hmm.
uh, the important was for me, we created it with pumpkin because pumpkin is one of the main things to. It's one of the most
So it's
powerful
three in
parasite parasite killer, and it's good for the digestion.
so it's three oils in one.
No, no, no. It has just the CBD. The orange one
Okay.
is just the CBD, so
Mm-hmm.
it's calming people, the dogs or whatever you put on.
The
You
animals,
just
yes.
need tiny little bit. It's not like human consumption. Tiny little bit, just 2 or 3 drops with the food. Most of the they love it because every time when they get it, they feel better. So they
Mm-hmm.
start
Mm-hmm.
to love it. So they want us, right? So, and then you have for like 6, 8 hours of like a kind of calm animal, but not because we don't have THC in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't
Mm-hmm.
have the crazy stuff in there. We're just going to calm the body, to calm the mind, and helping with pain. So
Right.
we had some old dogs. They couldn't walk anymore, and they started to play like kids because the
Mm-hmm.
pain was
Mm-hmm.
gone, right? So
Right, because pets are absorbing the energy of the owners. Because
yes,
if owners under the stress, or on edge or
Yeah, they reflect
whatever,
this.
because
Yeah,
life circumstances are absolutely different with everyone. But
yeah,
yes, at the end of the day, when the owner comes home, so all that stress, the first little fur comes to their leg, or on their hands, so they're patting them, so that goes to the animal.
there we are again with the frequencies,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I think this is important. So, and sometimes you hear also
So
or see
you distressing
exactly.
the animal, so the
Yes,
animal continue to serve the owner.
exactly.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
so precious.
it's very
This
cool.
is mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Well, guys, you heard Andreas, and we did talk about a little bit of Nourish to Flourish, and we talk about the energetic field, and we talked about the pets and your energetic fields. So again, please go to andreaseedoils.com and find what serves you. Again, the Nourish to Flourish, it starts from within you,
Exactly.
and your balance starts with you. The 21st century is a little bit hectic, and it seems like that we are enforced to adapt to the speed of that everything is happening in our lives right now. So we need to slow down a little bit. We need to slow down, because we need to slow down for ourselves, to nourish ourselves, so we can
Yeah,
flourish later. And with that great feelings, you can start sharing that love and the energy, positive energy, and whatever you are desiring to share. To share,
yeah.
it starts with you. Just remember,
Yes,
from the 1.5 year that I am talking to the audience and talking to the fans, my only one wish that you need to show up for yourself, and please do remember that you need to be kind to yourself. And when you start being kind to yourself, then that feeling and that energy will go into other resources, into other people, into other ideas of yours, because everything starts with you. So
exactly. Yes,
okay,
you're
we're gonna
right.
be, yes. Andres, thank you so much for being with us, and guys, thank you so
Yeah.
much for being with us. Happy Monday! If anybody had birthdays over the weekend, happy
Mhm.
birthday again! Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, and I hope you had a great time with your family, with your friends, and with your loved ones. And you did share that love, pure love that you have in all of us. I hope you did share that too. So take care, and until next Monday. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Andres, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Tatiana. Yes,
Uh, don't
thank you
forget
again.
to don't forget to reach out to Andrea's team. They're waiting for your phone call or your email,
Yes,
and they're there to serve you with a great and pure heart.
awesome.
Love
Thank
to
you.
everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. You tore it down, huh?